And now, coming to you live via satellite from a smoked-out Southern California bedroom, the masquerading, masturbating mistress of mayhem, her high as hell highness, Brett Michelle!
Yes, hello. It is I, Brett Michelle, freshly vaccinated, freshly caffeinated, freshly masturbated, and here with you on another episode of The Hard Way, the show where, just like Kendrick last night at the Super Bowl, we just keep eating. No, I'm serious. I am going to have a very big surf and turf burrito from my local taco shop after this. Anyway, hi, Blade!
Hello, Brett. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there, enjoying the dystopia we've got going on lately.
Hilarious dystopia.
Blade, I don't know if you've been keeping up on current events lately, but have you seen all these firings and all these longtime workers being axed from their jobs for no apparent reason lately?
Well, Brett, there's a time for laughter and a time for serious reflection, and I have to say that I feel terrible for all those in the federal government who've lost their jobs.
I do too, and I really do stand with all of them. But while you would be fair to think that that's what I was referring to, no, Blade, I am talking about WWE, because apparently, over the past few days, the company has let go a whole goddamn gaggle of talent, including the OC, former women's tag team champion Isla Dawn, former Imperium member Giovanni Vinci, and a whole bunch of others who, just like the rule of law in this country, seem to have been shown the door.
Oh, that's terrible, Brett. Terrible. Absolutely astonishingly terrible. I had no idea that I would...
Okay, shut up now. Speaking of being shown the door, possibly, apparently a number of WWE talent have expressed frustration and dissatisfaction with their Def Rebel-produced theme songs, and that the producer's contract is up at the end of the year. No word yet on whether or not they'll be renewed, but I think it's safe to say that, thank you if they leave, please.
Yes! I was gonna say, show them the back door, if you know what I mean.
Speaking of back doors, the Ass Boys are back in AEW after a hiatus. A hiatus? Anyway, that's right.
Zing!
The Guns are back, and I am happy to report that, unlike WWE, the Ass Boys still have a theme song that is a bipper, a bopper, a banger, and a whole ass jammer. I fucking love that song. Welcome back.
A bippity boppity bipper. Yes.
What the fuck was that?
Also in wrestling news, the Hulkster continues to flub and flounder through excuses as to why he was booed on the Netflix premiere of Raw. Because apparently in 2025, platforming terrible people and allowing them to try and excuse their hate is totally fucking normal, right?
Ah! Wait, is that funny?
Anyway, speaking of puppets, hey Blade, did you see the newest All Elite signing?
No, I can't say that I have, Brett.
Well, Muppet Monet is All Elite, and Harley Cameron indeed wins all of the things. For real, Harley Cameron is a national treasure, a global treasure, and we wish her a long, prosperous career.
Lovely woman, yes.
Anyway, shit's fucking crazy out there, y'all. Brody King's burying Nazis on the internet, and I saw a video of an Eagles fan walking away from the Super Bowl with a whole ass entire stop signal. So we're going to take a break from that crazy shit and get into some fun crazy shit. We have a great show today. We're going to talk about music's role in pro wrestling, and we're going to do it with some real delightful sickos. When we come back, stick around.
We'll be back, folks.
Hello, welcome back, my little peggers. Yes, that's right. That is what I'm referring to. All 7 of you listeners out there, you are now my peggers, whether you like it or not.
We have more than 7.
Consensually. Do we?
Yeah, like 17.
Oh, well, hey, welcome
Maybe-
to the peg party.
Yeah, maybe 18.
Consensually.
18 peggers.
Anyway, we are back and we have some beautifully fantastic guests today. We have, first off, my buddy Shane from the Ethos Media Network. Shane, how are you?
I am wonderful. My microphone is working, and I am here to party. Let's go. Sickos Club Gold in the house.
Ooh, Sickos Club Gold. Sickos Club Gold. That's the real shit right there. And no, for everyone listening out there, we are not recording this a second time because we had technical difficulties.
Definitely
this is
not.
The first take.
Oh.
This is definitely the first take, and it's going to be the best take.
This is in
Kurt
fact live.
Jangle. It is. Kurt Jangle is also with us.
How you doing,
he
everyone?
is. How are you doing, Jangle?
Oh, I'm doing good, doing good.
Fantastic. Well, I asked y'all both here today because I really respect both of y'all when it comes to music taste and everything. I've gotten to listen to Shane digitally DJ over here, and we had quite a blast. So, Shane, tell us about you and what you got going on.
Well, I am Shane. You can find me everywhere at Shane_Ethos. And that is because I represent the Ethos Media Network. We are essentially, as it sounds, a media network. We do podcasts. We do just content creation in general. But we have multiple shows. We do a lot of different topics. And 2 of the shows that I think brought me here today would be The Bar Exam, a show I produce, which focuses on hip hop lyrics. And then another show, which is a little bit newer, called Shoot Style Sessions. And that one focuses on the relationship between pro wrestling and hip hop culture.
Nice.
So I'm here to share some of that with my peoples today.
That's it. We love it. What about you, Jangle? Tell us what you got going on. What you doing?
Right now, mainly I just work and go to the gym. Me and Blade are talking about getting a podcast up and running. I'm going to delve too deep into that just yet. We'll let that be a surprise.
Hey.
But
I like the sound of that.
Oh yeah. We got a tasty little idea brewing. So
Ooh, I can't wait to see that happen. Well, let me ask you. I'm sorry. What was that?
I was going to say keep a lookout for that, and then find me Kurt Jangle on anywhere that you find a Kurt Jangle. Just type it in Netscape Navigator, and you can find me.
Netscape Navigator.
Yeah, you got to go old school. Yeah.
I don't think I've thought about Netscape Navigator since like 1998.
Yeah, if you look at my music taste, you would probably think I'm stuck in 97, 98, because there's a lot of that still.
Hey, you know what? Same. What are you drinking? What is that?
Oh, that
Jangle's
is
drinking out of this tiny little mason jar that looks like it was made for an American Girl doll.
Yeah, it's
what is that?
My buddy's mom makes everybody, all the kids, makes all of us gift baskets for Christmas, and there's always a little bottle or 2 of moonshine in there.
Oh, there we go. That's what I like.
Makes the kids some hooch.
Yeah.
So we're about to have a fun podcast is what it sounds like.
Yeah, we've got the weed going. Kids don't do drugs.
I'm sober.
I went through DARE as a child. I think we all did. I think we're all.
DARE's what kept me sober. I've never drank or done drugs in my life.
Okay, Phil.
That's a lie. Yeah, no, I have a Pepsi tattoo on my ass. You guys want to see it?
What Mama don't know won't hurt her.
Okay.
Jangle, let me ask you, my friend.
Yeah.
When it comes to pro wrestling, what do you think makes a good entrance theme?
A good entrance theme. It needs to say something about the character. Audio wise, you need a stinger. You need a quick hit right at the front to let everybody know, like, hey, this is happening. Yeah, exactly like that, but not as
Awesome.
That's a word for it. Not what I was going to pick, but that is a word for it. I take a lot of my ideas about wrestling music from Edge and the old ENC podcast, because he talked about this, how important music was to him, how it got him in the mood to be the Edge character and go out there. And And I thought, the you think you know him thing. Like I was watching the Royal Rumble when he returned. I was watching my partner at the time. I heard that, you think you know him? And I went cold. And she turned to look at me and was like, are you okay? And I was like, you have no idea what's happening right now. And then that riff hit, and that was awesome. And then I went to that kind of weird butt rocky part of the song, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it works.
You know what? Pro wrestling and butt rock, though, like
is
there anything more simpatico than pro wrestling and butt rock? I mean, come on. This is the art form that brought us such beautiful packages as the Limp Bizkit My Way WrestleMania video, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest pieces of pro wrestling media ever made. And I don't even like butt rock much.
Me neither.
I'll say much. I mean, I'm 37 years old, so of course
you like some butt rock. I mean, be real.
I do like some butt rock. We all like some butt rock. But okay, let me ask everyone this. So I saw a report I read the other day that apparently wrestlers in WWE now are starting to voice all of their frustrations about the producing team of Def Rebel and their bland, boring theme music. Apparently, there's been lots of frustrations and arguments over there. What do you guys? Because I know why I don't think their stuff is very good. Shane, what do you think that they're struggling with over there, or that they haven't been able to capture?
Yeah, I think their main struggle really is that they're only good at one thing. Whereas producers who have done, the music of the past seem to be very diverse. So if you take everyone's favorite is Jim Johnson, obviously. So if you take him, he was able to do hip hop music. He was able to do rock music. He was able to do country music. He was able to do every genre pretty much to fit the character. He did Jeff Jarrett's music, which was a country slap. I still like listening to his theme from, the him and Deborah days. Then he
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say that they regularly will throw on the old Double J theme. That's fun.
The one from when he was with Deborah and Owen Hart, though, not the original one with the light up glasses. And I'm talking about the
so you're talking about
Jeff
like
Jarrett.
Don't Piss Me Off era. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That music.
Yeah.
Love that music. But then the same guy did Stone Cold's music. And then the same guy did Rikishi's music. It's like these are all totally different genres. Whereas now I feel like Def Rebel, they're only good at trap.
Right.
Trip Williams' theme is a banger, but you can't keep making Trip Williams' theme. You have to make other stuff. And all their rock stuff is ass. So I think that's the problem. They're only good at one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because one thing that got me, because I loved Ron Breaker's theme when he was in NXT, like that. And then they bring him up, and he's got this beautiful presentation, and then he comes out to just the worst fucking, like, it was like a caricature of a 2000s butt rock pro wrestling theme, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, you just took away all this cool factor from this dude that was coming out to this bullshit song, and they changed it like 3 times within like a month. Like what is happening here? And so I hear that they're not renewing their contract, probably.
How could they?
Oh God, and that makes me so happy. What do you think? What do you think they should do there, Jangle?
They've got 2 options as far as I can see it. It's either just get the CFOs back, CFOS or whatever we pronounce it.
They had good shit.
Yeah, they have some great stuff.
They did they had great themes.
And they had variety.
Exactly. They had that diversity.
Yeah. So like they did it. They did Sammy's theme. Just the ones out of my head. Sammy, Bobby Roode. I just had one on the top of my head. Andrade's theme was amazing. His NXT theme was so good. What else? Like that right there is just like that's an idea of like the variety they can do. They bring them back, pay money because there's people. Sammy and Kevin still use their CFO's themes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Mhm.
two of the most over people on the roster. And there's got to be a connection there. I can't help it. There not be a connection between those things. Either that or
Yeah.
just license actual music. You know?
Well, that was going to be what I was going to ask. What I was going to ask now. What's your favorite license theme? One that wasn't like an in-house.
Can we go one-time uses also, or does it have to be like your actual
Sure.
theme? Because I have two
Yeah,
answers.
hell yeah.
So my regular use theme that falls under that would be "Walk" by Pantera. Because that was
RVD,
RVD's
baby.
theme with ECW. And again, I know I've talked to you guys about this, but just wrestling expanded my my musical palette a lot. And that was one of the key songs that was part of that evolution in me listening to more like rock music and stuff, because I fucked with that song. But as a one-off, I have to go "Many Men" by 50 Cent when the Guns came out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, his politics aside, that was a good.
Hey, he's the one guy I will forever give an exception to, only because we have the same birthday. So
That's so adorable.
So he can do no
That's
wrong
a good
in my
reason.
eyes.
That's a good reason. That's a good reason. Well, I mean, you could say the same about, West Side Gun, and look at how connected that man's been to pro wrestling lately. Everything he's been doing with Swerve and AEW. I had a friend get me super into him and all that Griselda crew. Because I love the sound of East Coast hip hop a lot of the instrumentals and stuff like that, and that's big with their music. And I'm listening to it, and I keep hearing all these like allusions to pro wrestling and everything, and I'm like, okay, this is dope, this is cool. And then I'm watching AEW, and there's the guys walking out on the ramp with Swerve Strickland, and so. The connection with pro wrestling and music, I mean, I feel like it's always been there. Look at the first WrestleMania. I mean, he had Cyndi Lauper there, and so let's do live performances. What is your favorite live performance at a pro wrestling gig?
That's got to be Code Orange with the singer from Incendiary during the Aleister Black entrance. It's just that just nasty, heavy, spooky boy shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, we do love the spooky boy shit, especially in the Sickos Club. we do enjoy that. What did you love about that? What was it that grabbed you?
It was, well, the first thing I noticed, just being from like a guy that's been in bands for like 20 years or something, the sound was good. Live bands sound has not been very good at a lot of wrestling things. But also it was like, I knew during that time, I want to say Corey Graves was working with a lot of the music, pulling in the younger bands and doing the deals. And I love they were doing a thing with Code Orange, because I was into Code Orange real heavy at the time. And having the actual singer, like, they took the time and money to get Code Orange there and the singer from a different band, just so he could be the one singing, because they could have just had the singer from Code Orange do it. But they actually got the guy. So it was just nice.
Did Code Orange do Bray Wyatt's theme?
They did his after with his, I think, the Fiend stuff. They started doing stuff then.
Okay, yeah.
They didn't do the Firefly.
I think they did his new one, the Shatter.
Yeah, Shatter, yeah.
I think they might have done that one, yeah.
Yeah, they did that.
Who did his first theme when he was doing Wyatt family stuff?
That was, if I remember correctly,
that one.
It was cool. If I remember correctly, that was just on like a licensing website. They just found a song on one of those music licensing websites and reached out to the. Shane, did you say you had the guy's name?
Yeah, Mark Crozer.
Yeah. They found him and just
Crozer.
reached out and they're like, hey, we want to use that. And he's like, cool. And then they had them perform.
I mean, it worked for the Hardy Boys, working for MJF, Sometimes that licensed music is all you need, man. That royalty-free shit. So Shane, I know a big. Speaking of the licensed ones, so the Hardy Boys, I know were big for you.
Yeah.
And I think you had mentioned before that kind of started getting you digging more into music outside of pro wrestling and stuff. And hearing all the just all the different bits and types of music that was going out there. So tell me about how pro wrestling kind of shaped some of your music taste.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up mainly like when I was a real little kid, it was, obviously just whatever your parents let you listen to, right? So it was, a lot of like 70s funk, a lot of Gap Band, Parliament Funkadelic, groups like that. My mom, she was into like the Isley Brothers and stuff like that. So I grew up listening to a lot of that type of stuff. And then when I was able to kind of get out on my own, the first music that was the most reminiscent of that was West Coast rap. That sounds just like P-Funk, the beat, production wise. So that was my first foray into hip hop. And then, East Coast rap as you get a little bit older and start understanding lyricism and all that kind of stuff. So I would say that watching wrestling though, again, like the RVD example, listening to Pantera Walk or listening to, certain theme songs that are almost clearly based on other songs like Diamond Dallas Page's theme.
Yeah.
That's obviously Smells Like Teen Spirit. So now I'm listening to Nirvana. You know what I mean? Like so that's kind of how it happened. It was like, I would hear a song and I'm like, that sounds like something I heard before, but I kind of like it. Let me go check it out. And then, and they still do that to this day. There's I think Dakota Kai's music, that's like very clearly something else. They do that a lot. So that was definitely my my introduction, I would say, to the majority of like the MTV music and stuff like that. Stuff outside of, rap, like I said, anything else that was playing, wrestling was sort of my gateway in.
I'm totally gonna go off topic because thinking of Nirvana made me think about how you shut your mouth. Made me think about how I learned about Nirvana. So I don't know if you guys had anything like this, but when I was in sixth grade, we went to sixth grade camp. Like it was like a field trip where your class, you got to go to like a kids camp or whatever for a week. Mm-hmm. And we had a counselor who was like a 20-something. Just you could like looking back now. Like we probably would have been pals if we were the same age because he was just kind of like stoned out of his gourd, it seemed. But every night he was like my bunks counselor, and so every night he would play us acoustic guitar, but every night it was the same 5 Nirvana songs, and look like it was rad, and I loved it, and it got me into Nirvana. But looking back now, like this guy's singing songs like Polly and, like Lithium to like 6th graders at camp. Like, oh man.
Just hoping you didn't know.
What a time.
Yeah.
Shay, what was your favorite live performance at a pro wrestling gig?
Probably the Bray Wyatt one that we were just talking about.
Oh, hey, there you go.
That WrestleMania. And the thing that stands out the most to me was one, not only was it a clean performance where it sounded like they were like it was the track playing, but you could tell that it was actually them playing. I love seeing that. But 2, when Bray gets to the ring and he blows out the lamp and the band stops, that was amazing. Like they timed that perfectly. So that stands out to me as the number one. But I will give an honorable mention to the violinist who played Shinsuke to the ring.
That was cool.
That was cool. That was really cool. Yeah, that was really cool.
So that's my honorable mention.
I'm a piece of shit who likes when things are not good. So I think my favorite is always going to be when Triple H came out and Motorhead was playing live. And while Triple H is up there trying to look badass and Conan the Barbarian-y, Lemmy is just forgetting every fucking word of the song. And so he just keeps like repeating the time to play the game like over and over. It's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life, and to this day, like I still will put it on sometimes, like just to put a little snug in my heart, you know.
It's good shit. My favorite. Nobody asked. My favorite is DX, the DX theme.
Oh yeah.
Did these guys also? Did they not attempt to do the national anthem at one point?
Yeah, I believe
that.
so. Yeah,
it was absolutely terrible in every conceivable way. I would love to say that these guys were having sound issues and couldn't hear themselves. I don't think that was it. It was just bad. It was just really, really bad. Also, the first time, honorable mention, Fozzy was on Raw, like way back in 2003 or 4, and it was horrible. Horrible.
They're not good live.
They used it as an angle.
I feel like pro wrestling in live music, a lot of time, I mean, not so much recently, but when we were younger, you know, especially, I feel like most of them kind of sucked.
It's true.
Most of them were not good. I mean, like you were saying, like the audio was usually pretty bad. Like it was just not good. But I do agree that DX, I mean, the Jim Johnson Rage Against the Machine light band. That was a train wreck a little bit.
Well, they finally figured out, they're like, we got to stop having Harvey Whippleman set up the sound, guys. We actually got to hire somebody to do this.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys remember super early in Farouk's Nation run when he had those two white guys that would come out rapping with him?
No,
I don't remember that.
Really?
I want to remember it, though.
Oh, man. I have to look this up for you, but
wow.
I highly encourage you all to watch it. There was these two white guys that used to walk Farouk to the ring, and it was the regular Nation of Domination music, the normal music that we know and love.
Was it PG-13? Was it like JC Ice?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
shit.
Yes.
I do not remember this at all.
No, two guys, because they used to wrestle too. I want to say for like Smoky Mountain or something like that.
What years was this?
This is like 95, 94.
95. 96.
Oh, okay.
It would have to be 96 or later.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be 96 or 97.
97 was when I started watching.
You know why I know this is because I was actually at the Raw where Farouk made his very first appearance in WWF. When he attacked Ahmed Johnson as the gladiator guy. And he was managed by Sonny.
Yeah,
he was managed by Sonny.
2 weeks.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up, Blade, because I've been meaning to ask how your AARP membership was going.
It's going pretty good. Wait a minute. Are you? Oh, that was you're joking about me being old again.
How about that Mr. Ass theme song?
God damn. Yeah, back when it was conceived in 1400 BC.
Can we talk about the Mr. Ass theme for a minute? Just because we all know how I feel about Billy Gunn. Hi, Billy.
Yeah.
Probably one of the greatest wrestling theme songs ever created. Mm-hmm. You have this Adonis chiseled man in his lime green tights with his little lipstick kisses all over it. Walking to the ring to this the instrumental sounds like it should be like almost the opening to fucking Roseanne a little bit, but with such delicious lyrics as I love to kick 'em, I love to stick 'em, I'm an ass man.
He says, so I'm looking at the lyrics right now.
Of course you are.
I love to love 'em. I love to kick 'em. I love to shove 'em. I love to stick 'em. Love to flaunt 'em. Love to watch 'em. I love to pick 'em. And I'm going to kick 'em because I'm an ass man.
But this is where I've always been like a little, what does he mean when he says pick 'em?
So
like pick 'em?
It rhymed with stick 'em.
The childish person in me was like, they're walking around literally picking at people's butts.
Like putting fingers in there.
Like picking a nose.
Right.
Like a Thursday night.
Got your butt.
Brett Michelle.
Right.
Yeah. essentially, what I would picture goes on in an average Thursday night.
Okay.
And then the other side of me was like, you're walking through the mall and you're being a misogynist and you're like, ooh, look at that ass. And you're picking them out. Like, look at that ass. Hey, buddy.
This guy worked for Vince
never went that deep
McMahon.
with it.
It definitely means just putting a finger in his own butt, probably.
That's the way funnier version.
Yeah. This guy worked for Vince McMahon. That's what it
You know
means.
who we haven't talked about yet, though?
Good point.
The other Jim is Jimmy Hart.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some Jimmy Hart theme songs. Eat Your Heart Out, Rick Springfield.
Okay. I got a couple to throw out there. I do believe that Jimmy Hart wrote the Big Boss Man's theme.
That would be correct.
If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia.
Hey,
that's
Boss Man's okay. So when Boss Man actually became like late Attitude Era Boss Man, when he switched to like the black garb and all that shit,
SWAT Man.
That theme song was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Like that was to me. That was another one of the we were. Oh wait, no, because this is the first time we recorded this, so we didn't talk about this. But like Johnston had there was a group of songs that he did. It was like Stone Cold's theme, Ken Shamrock's theme, anything Mick Foley did in that Boss Man theme. Even Hardcore Holly's theme song.
Dan Severn's kind of fits in that.
Yeah. They all had that same kind of sound and vibe to it, but you could feel the different character in the way the riff was played almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Boss Man or the Ken Shamrock, it was that real cold kind of stiff sound. And then when you had someone like Foley, it was almost like the same riff, but with just a little more bounce in it, a little more je ne vis, and it changed the whole kind of sound and vibe of the character to me anyway.
I can give you a perfect example of that, actually. Razor Ramon's theme song is the exact same as Stone Cold Steve Austin's. There's no difference. It's just that one is the bass line playing the melody and the other one is the guitar. It's the exact same.
Yeah, well, I was going to say the Rock's theme and Mr. McMahon's theme are almost the same thing. The bass line is slightly different on both, but it's the exact same 90s white boy groove that he did on like a million different things. Like them putting all these themes on Spotify the last few years or last 10 years or so. If you go back, it starts to sound very samey. You can pick out stuff, especially as musicians. All four of us are in music. So I notice it like a lot, like, he would draw from a template, one of, because you would have to, right? You would have to.
Yeah. Well, one thing I dug, I actually listened to, it was a podcast or YouTube, I forget what it was a while ago. And it was, like going through the evolution of different theme songs. And one of them was the Rock's theme. And it went from his first theme as Rocky Maivia all the way up to now the new one where he's got like the final boss, which, man, I love that Hollywood rock theme when it gets all slow,
Cooking.
Yeah, but if you look at his theme now, the bones, the skeleton of the groove and the beat and everything is still rooted in that original Nation of Domination theme song.
Yep.
It's the same drum, the same bass line, just a little bit tweaked, and I love that. They did the same. You see the same with Triple H, every theme he's had has had, other than when he was, the Connecticut Blue Blood.
But he just had like the violin music. He's had that same whatever that came from my time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm like, my nerd brain loves shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Oh, go ahead, Blade.
So Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, I was going to bring it back. I was going to segue.
I feel like Jimmy just hasn't gotten his due here.
I was going to segue.
We literally mentioned one song about Jimmy Hart, and now we're talking about Jim Johnson again.
I'm high as fuck.
All good. Jimmy Hart, he did the Nasty Boys theme, which
Hell
very
yeah.
basic, bare bones, but slaps. He did Dusty Rhodes theme, American Dream.
Hell yeah.
Gotta love that.
I love that.
It's just a common, man. Everybody loves that. He did Shawn Michaels' original theme with Sensational Sherry singing on it. And
What about
of
Sexy
course,
Kurt, though?
of course, our favorite wrestler in the whole world, he did Hulk Hogan, brother.
Yeah. Well, and then Jimmy goes to
Fuck Hulk
WCW in '94, and Jimmy just
He
starts.
didn't do a lot of good stuff there.
Well, Jimmy goes from being great to being absolutely fucking abysmal in like record time. Like you hear Sting's music, you hear the Steiner Brothers music. It's just terrible. And then 4 years of just bad happens, right? Where it's just awful shit. Hulk Hogan's WCW music is fucking terrible. And then Jimmy, like a man on his last breath, like this is his last attempt at anything, goes, I need to get this dude C Murder, and we need to make this track. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack, motherfucker, because Jimmy Hart, at the age of like 65, makes, because he's like 87 years old. He's old as fuck.
I think he's 81. Yeah,
He's
I think
really old.
I
87,
felt
81.
so bad for him on Netflix.
When they dragged him out with the Hulkster.
Oh God, Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy.
But he made the Wolfpack theme with C Murder.
which is one of the most slappiest slaps in all of wrestling history.
Is he related to Master P?
That's his brother.
Knew that shit.
C Murder's brother is Master P.
Yeah, C Murder, Soap the Shocker, and Master P.
Yep.
That Ghetto D album is pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
I like that album. Bourbons and Lax is a pop.
I mean, hey, Master P fits in with this theme. You know, he was part of the Misfits in Action, and he did their theme music.
That's right.
Remember that?
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Holy shit! What?
with
For
G.I.
anyone out
Bro.
there who doesn't know, Shane,
Yep.
tell the people what that was for anyone who might not have known that.
The Misfits in Action. That was a collective of WCW wrestlers in the late 90s that were sort of in between phases. So it was like in between the LWO's breakup and them kind of splitting off to WWE and becoming the Radicals and stuff. So it was like Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. I think maybe Chavo was involved, Billy Kidman, Booker T, Hugh G. Rection, Hugh Morris. And Major Guns, who was a porn star named Tylene Book. What's up, Tylene Book?
Well, I think you have two factions in there. There was the Misfits in Action, which was like the military style gimmicks.
Yeah. And that was like slightly after.
But there was
wasn't
the
that almost
Filthy
like
Animals was Conan, Ray, and
Conan, that's right.
No.
It was Conan, Ray,
Their
and Billy
favorite.
Kidman. Real likely group of people to hang out together.
But then
That was unmasked, Ray.
I was like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, didn't that kind of blend and sort of become the Misfits in Action? Like, when other
Maybe,
people
I don't
joined?
know. I
I
mean,
really don't remember either. I
like,
wasn't.
I mean, imagine this. Vince Russo stories make so little sense. Like, they're hard to remember.
Yeah.
Oh my
good point.
God.
But as a part of this, Master P was one of the guests, and
Yes.
I think he did their theme music, and he was like appearing on Nitro for like a few weeks, like as what he was more like a manager kind of figure, but he was like the leader of this group. Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I just thought about? Go ahead, Jangle. Go ahead,
I
Jangle.
just thought about something too. Something that we haven't mentioned yet. And if we had recorded this some other time, we didn't mention it then either. In some parallel universe. I haven't touched on ICP in wrestling.
Oh,
That's exactly what I was just about to say. I was just about to bring up the Oddities theme.
Yes.
Like, I'm not an IC. Like, I do not know any ICP music outside of the Oddities theme. But that's a bopper. Like, when I was a kid, I had WWF The Music Volume 3, and that was one of the songs that got played a lot.
I unashamedly loved the Oddities back in the day.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was just a nice break from everything going on in the rest of the show.
yeah.
Well,
You have like a hardcore
title
match and an ICP.
Oh no, well, ICP, they like do their own, like they have like their own wrestling like
Yeah.
promotion and shit.
I was
don't
going to
they?
say that.
Like,
I'm glad you brought that up. They've actually been wrestling on the indies since the WCW days.
Right.
yeah.
They
Juggalo
wrestle in
Championship
Japan.
Wrestling.
What is it called?
Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Championship.
Yes.
It's actually called Championship.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
That is on brand.
And yeah, they
Very.
wrestle in other indies and everything. Like they've been doing, like they do the whole thing. They go to Japan and have matches over there. Like I think, I'm not sure which one of them, the heavier one. He said that one of his goals, you know, they look like the number 10 standing next to each other, you know. So
Stop it.
I'm a skinny guy. I can make that joke. I'm the number 1 in the 10. So, but he said one of his goals, like before he like retires, you know, for good from wrestling, is to wrestle in the Tokyo Dome. So I'm like,
That's pretty cool. I mean,
he does
I
moonsaults
don't-
and shit. Like he can go. Like it's
They have
interesting.
love for the game, man.
Yeah.
Like legit love for it.
all I've ever known about them was like Eminem talking shit about him when I was a kid, you know, because I listened to a lot of Eminem. Like, it was my era, you know, he was a little shit. I love little shits. But all I knew was like he didn't like them and like would talk shit about them all the time. And then they were also on wrestling sometimes. And I never dug any deeper than that, so I don't know any much about them. But like, they don't seem as bad as a lot of people. You know what I mean?
That was literally just some rap
They
beef.
seem like
That's all.
pretty down to earth dudes who just dig wrestling and corny shit. Like
They're one of those groups that kind of like Tool, where the fan base is worse than the actual music, and
So
turns
pro
you away
wrestling.
from the music.
no. I mean, we're a fan base that's worse than the
We
actual.
are.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
definitely.
what I was
Wrestling
like,
is better than the fan base that it performs for sure.
Yeah.
Like we're probably one of the worst fan bases. In the
Yeah.
world.
What we're doing right now,
what
what we're doing right now, devalues the art of pro wrestling.
Yes.
It does. It does.
Tool
It does.
fans are pretty bad, though. Tool
Oh,
fans
yeah,
are pretty
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Like anything
Oh, my
having
God.
to do with people liking Maynard James Keenan and his ideas, it's pretty bad. I would say, somebody that we have not mentioned yet,
Mhm.
kind of the current day Jim Johnston. Mikey motherfucking Ruckus brings
Oh.
the motherfucking ruckus
Oh.
in AEW. He makes like a million themes. Most of the best AEW themes, I don't think he made, but he makes a lot of them. He
Are you
makes a
telling
lot
me
Did
of
he
Mikey
make the
Ruckus?
guns? Did he make the guns theme?
No, I think Austin Gunn makes that shit. Austin
I wanna
Gunn
say
does.
That's right. That's right. One of
Yeah.
you was saying, what was that? You, Shane, that was saying he makes his own stuff. I didn't know that.
That's cool.
He's a really good singer, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your favorite? What's your favorite Mikey Ruckus theme?
My favorite Mikey Ruckus theme? Here, let me look through the playlist, because you know, if
I
you
got this.
are
Don't you
an
love
Apple Music,
technology?
if you're an Apple Music subscriber, you can follow my playlist. It's called Wrestling Music, and it has some of the best wrestling themes ever on it.
I got a gym
Nyla
playlist like
Rose's
that.
original theme was really good. I think he did Thunder Rosa's like metal theme that everybody likes better than
Yep.
the shit.
Mm.
That's really good.
He did the Undisputed Kingdoms theme song.
Yeah, and I think he did.
That's a
Adam,
good- I
he
love
did
that
Boom
one.
too.
Oh.
He did Adam Cole's.
Well, who did Penelope Ford's theme? Because
I think Mikey.
her theme is one of my favorites right now.
Kind of that
I love her
surfy,
theme song.
surfy,
Yeah.
corny thing. She's a bad girl.
Yeah, it's almost like Joan Jett in a little bit.
That's
like,
cool. No, I like it.
yeah, I love it. I love it. That's my kind of stuff. What? Okay, so I feel like AEW is like the best in the pro wrestling music game right
They
now.
are.
100%.
Now, I will say this. So, like, in talking about Jim Johnston, we mostly talked about his 90s stuff. And I will say, was it Jimmy Hart or Jim Johnston who made the $1 Million Man song?
Jimmy Hart.
It was yeah.
So good. So good. Now, so people don't know this because my AARP status grants me this knowledge. But Ted DiBiase used to come out to no music at all for like 2 years, 3 years. And then I think it was WrestleMania 6. He comes out to money. It was like what the fuck is happening right? Because it was so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It fit him so perfectly.
And as a hip hop fan, he was low key rapping on it.
Yeah.
He was rhyming on his verses.
It just had such a great groove. It fit him like perfectly. Who's another guy who came out to no music? IRS. I don't think he ever had any music.
What's his name
about
from
that
DIY?
banging Right to Censor theme song?
Dude, ruled. Yeah.
And that bass line, though.
Just, you know, a siren just over and over again. But beyond Mikey, other themes in AEW that I think are great. The Will Ospreay's theme, Kenny Omega's theme, Battle Cry, fucking fantastic. I have a bit of a feeling, not because we recorded this episode yesterday and we had to re-record it today, but I have a feeling that some of you are really big fans of the Cody Rhodes theme.
I do. I wanted to shout out one more Mikey Ruckus
like
before we
No, Shane, you go for
real
it.
quick, because Eddie Kingston.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Fuck yeah. With the straight up DMX vibes. Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's one of those perfect character and song pairings.
Yes.
So I've been sitting here trying to. Does anyone know what the first like wrestler to use a theme was? I'm trying to Google it, and I'm the only thing I'm finding that's like an official thing is Sergeant Slaughter coming out to the Marine Corps.
I think it was the Freebirds.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was outside WWE.
Yeah, it was
way outside. Yeah,
I think it was actually Dallas.
Yep.
I want to say it was like Freebirds in the Sportatorium.
WCCW.
People need to learn the history of World Class because Vince McMahon stole a lot of the way wrestling is produced from World Class. Like,
I had no idea until they put all the territory stuff on the network. I started watching a lot of that old stuff. I had no idea how much
you
he
go
stole
back
from
and you watch old Jim Crockett shit.
Didn't the Von Erichs use Stranglehold a couple times?
They did. Yeah. That was their track. Yeah, they came out to Stranglehold.
I do not like Ted Nugent, but that's
fuck Ted Nugent, but like
Stranglehold is
I actually had the misfortune of seeing Ted open for Kiss. And
oh god,
this was in the year 2000. And
I like Kiss. I love
Kiss.
I love Kiss too. It was Psycho Circus.
Yeah.
No, check this out. It was their farewell tour. They called it that.
Which farewell tour?
Right. And then they toured for another like 17, 18 years. But
oh my god,
Ted came out and went on a political, racist, insane rant.
Oh
and we all were booing him and wanted him to go away, and he got kicked off the tour like 3 days later. But like, but yeah. So the World Class, Keith Mitchell, who actually is Mike Mansouri, who produces Dynamite and Collision, replaced Keith Mitchell. That's who Tony had working for him, producing Dynamite.
Not to be confused with Kel Mitchell from
Correct.
Keenan and Kel fame.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would make that. I don't think anybody would be confused about that. Anyway, Keith Mitchell's the guy.
I was, so obviously someone could be.
This is my show.
Whoa!
I just thought okay.
Whoa!
All right.
Okay, hold on, guys. Well, give me a minute, guys.
Yeah.
Blade, if you don't stop right now, you're going in the box after.
Oh fuck. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
You gonna calm down?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Use your inside voice. Thank you.
I don't want to go in the box.
Can I ask a question about the box?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Legal.
What's your favorite theme song of all time, Shane?
Ooh, I can only pick one. Can I give you like 5? Because I have a bunch.
You can give me as many as you want.
All right. I'm just going to shoot from the hip. We have Ministry Undertaker. We have Too Cool Rikishi.
Banging it.
We have the NWO Wolfpack. We have, I'm going to shoot for the unpopular choice here and let you guys argue with me. The Disturbed Stone Cold theme.
Okay, this one's okay. So it fit, but it took me. I didn't like it at first. Okay, I hated it at first because it was too new. Like it sounded too modern. I don't know. I loved Stone Cold with just that really simple, like. It was so when they did the Disturbed one, it was too much for me. And then when he started getting funny, like with the Kurt Angle shit and everything, and backstage, that's when I was like, oh, okay, I kind of dig this. This is like Bizarro world still going right now. Like I can get into it.
It works in the way that the song did what Stone Cold did, and it's like they took something you like and made it a little bit worse.
So every Def Rebel theme song.
Yeah.
Or every new metal song ever made.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So you dig that one, though, Shane? I do. That's one for you? Okay.
I do. Okay, I like that one a lot. And then just to bring some more modern day stuff, the original Paige theme song when she was in NXT. That's a really good one. I like Trick Williams' theme song a lot. I like Swerve, obviously. I think everybody loves Swerve.
Where does the New Age Outlaws theme song rank on your list there?
That's pretty high. You know, it's the intro though. And it's the Roadhouse talking the shit all the way down to the ring.
And the song itself it's just one riff over.
It's like listening to the
Acclaim
song.
Yeah,
it's like listening to the
package.
Acclaim song without Max Caster rapping. It's like
it's basically the Muddy Waters riff, and then Road Dogg doing his thing. But like that was one of the most fun like entrances of the era.
The combo
you can't
made
tell me it wasn't.
Yeah,
and not just because.
And then just my last one, and shout out
Billy
to Hip Hop.
Hi, Billy.
It's actually his children that I'm gonna shout out. The Gun Club, aka not Bullet Club Gold anymore. The Bang Bang Gang, their theme song, Burning Daylight. Burning Daylight, amazing theme song.
I think Burning Daylight is probably the best theme in wrestling at the moment.
So fire.
It's way up there.
Not even my favorite wrestler. I mean, I love them, but like, I mean, on my list of like favorite wrestlers, they're not. Course the top, but like the best theme song in wrestling right now. Period.
Yeah.
So good.
I'll put that on one Billy Shores just to have that on in the background.
Yeah. Jangle, what do you got? Give me some of your favorites.
Favorite. I mean, you know what? Final Countdown.
Brood. I know.
Well, yeah, that too. Final Countdown.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's I mean, we know those are going to be like kind of emotional pieces, kind of what they elicit, not so much like, I like this song as a song to listen to. Like Final Countdown's up there because, I mean, Bryan Danielson, that song played and it made me cry. I'm a middle-aged man, and that song made me cry because Bryan Danielson was a tyrant.
That made me think. You know, this is a music episode, so it's perfect. I love the few times the AEW has done where they just keep the music going.
It's so good.
The first the stadium.
Stop playing that song. It's costing me $10,000 every time I play.
It just that first Anarchy in the Arena. It was so fun, and that is honestly the match that when people ask me, like what sold you on AEW, it was that match. It was Eddie with the gas and everything, but the music just playing the whole time and just looping over and over was so good. And then when they did it again at the wrestle thing with Bryan Danielson and Mox with Final Countdown just going over and over while they're choking each other with the damn camera cables and everything. It was just like, I want more of that. I really hope that becomes like a staple. You know what I mean?
And you could tell they were trying to get their money's worth because they don't usually do this in AEW, but they sweeten the mix a little bit so that song you came across on the broadcast, not just in the arena.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we were talking about that in our minds when we didn't do the first tape.
We definitely never recorded this before.
That's correct.
What was it about AEW? Because we were saying how sometimes you on the feed you can't hear the music probably as good as it sounds in the arena sometimes. But it depends on who almost. Like I'll hear Osprey's theme and it's I'm
Oh,
off
that
the
just
couch,
cuts right there.
you
Yeah.
know. But then I hear, someone else's and I'm like, wait a minute, I can barely make out like what the hell's
I
happening.
can't hear anything, the new Hounds of Hell theme. I can never hear it when they play it.
Yeah.
I hear like that first
I've had a hard time with that one too.
and then it comes down a little bit, and you hear the crowd and the announcers coming over. I'm like, I want to hear that. I don't even know what that is yet.
Well, and some songs I think cut through better than others. I do think that they have the direct feed, which is like the feed directly from whatever's generating the theme music, and they have the arena feed. And some songs they need to bring that direct feed up louder so you can hear it better. WWE is like, this is shit that they do masterfully. Like this, I will say though, people say WWE is so much the biggest, best production. I actually don't agree at all. I think it sucks. I think a lot of it is way too over the top and corny. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. I like the rawness of AEW a lot of the time. Now when I watch WWE, I'm like, I think I'm going to have a fucking seizure. Like it's like too much. Like,
I totally agree. Cause it's like, it sort of takes away from what wrestling is. Yeah, exactly.
It's a punk rock wrestling show,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just takes away from what it is. Like wrestling is supposed to be sort of this, because it came from like the carnivals and stuff, so it's like there's a certain feel to it that when it gets too big, too commercialized, too pretty, too produced, that it loses some of that feel. And it's like, AEW does kind of remind me of what I used to watch wrestling for, whereas WWE is like, it's a new thing.
You know what I think? That just put a thought into my head about it. And this doesn't have to do with music, but it's kind of, what I've been struggling with lately as a wrestling fan is, I've been really turned off by how big WWE has kind of trying to get themselves in presentation and everything. And I think the problem that I'm having is like they're almost going so over the top and highly produced and polished with everything that I don't feel like I'm watching a wrestling show anymore. I feel like I'm watching Marvel presents a wrestling show, and it doesn't feel like it's grounded in reality anymore.
It feels like
when I watch it, I feel like I'm watching characters, I feel like I'm watching a television show, which, we're not dumb. We're not we know that's what wrestling is, but for me, like the reason I prefer, an AEW right now is it still feels grounded in reality. Like even when you have someone like the Beast Mordos come out, the production is still raw enough that I'll buy that there's a fucking Minotaur fighting this dude right now, but I don't feel like I'm watching some Captain America does wrestling. You know what I mean? It still feels like it's tethered to some kind of a real world.
See, I think so. Like to me, like that Cody Roman promo that they did in that
killed me. That was what turned me off.
You're the one who pointed it out to me. Is like this feels like to me that felt like the CW. It felt like Riverdale. It because WWE's
it was Dawson.
Yeah, like the way these people talk though, like I can't call it Marvel because Marvel
like Unabomber and Phantoms,
has way more sophisticated dialogue than this. It feels like terrible dialogue, very well produced. And to me, that's, we were talking before we started rolling, like Shane and I were talking, like the reason the Bloodline felt so refreshing is because it's not written by the same people who write everything else. And I think with WWE, a lot of the time, they're so desperate to prove that they're more than pro wrestling that they've kind of like lost my interest somewhere along the way. Like, I don't want to watch like just a shitty version of a TV show. Like, I'll just watch a better TV show. I'll watch The Sopranos or something. Like, But
Well, the thing that kills me too is like now, even at the end of the episode, it's like executive producer Paul Levesque. Like, what is that? Like it's literally like watching an episode of The Dawson. Like, what is going on?
At the end of an NBA game, it doesn't say produced by Adam Silver.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't see that at the end of a football game produced by Roger Goodell or whoever. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't say that. It's just, okay, this is the end. Bye.
It's just
sport we're watching, right? Like, come on.
They also are determined to be nominated for an Emmy. And what I think would be so funny is if Tony Storm got nominated for an Emmy for real, and these motherfuckers before these motherfuckers and watch the IWC go to Civil War mode all over again.
It seems to be the season for that. So
we're in Civil War season. That's for sure.
Turn the TV off.
So I was just going to say real quick, my favorite theme, because we're running out of time, is Brett, don't put me in the box, please. That's my favorite theme. Don't put me in the box.
Well, before we wrap up here, because we're running out of time, I have a question.
Don't put me in the
Jane,
box.
Or Where Is My Mind?
This is a conversation that I had in my mind yesterday. And when I was having this conversation, I couldn't remember which theme was which, but I remembered that I liked the grungy.
Where Is My Mind is the grungy one.
That's the one that I like the most.
Why?
Because
defend your take.
This is actually somewhere where me and Kurt differ a little bit. While I do appreciate a theme song that fits the character as much as possible, I'm a music guy first, so I just like the sound of songs. So I just prefer that sound. So even though I do agree that the other theme does fit his character a little bit more, I just prefer the sound of the original. So
hey, I can dig it. What about you, Jangy?
Actually, I prefer another place we're going to differ. I prefer Jane. It works for the character. It's just got a little more energy, and that's something we're seeing out of Orange Cassidy now. So I think the evolution into that theme is done wonders.
100%.
I know that we had talked about the connect, like, because Jane coming from Wet Hot American Summer and so much of OC based and kind of that on that, but to me, Jane is the one for me. When I see OC in his Canadian tuxedo, he's got the white high tops on, the backpack, the sunglasses, just cool as a cucumber. Like when he comes out to Jane, like I picture him rolling up. Like right before the match starts, kind of like my boy Jack Perry in the Scapegoat Bus, But this is a like a 1983 Trans Am. One of the hubcaps is missing. It's a little rust colored, but it's still loud as hell. He pulls up, leaves the fucker running, comes out, Jefferson Starship. He kicks some ass, grabs your girlfriend, takes her into the Trans Am, and they're off for burgers before the night's over.
I'm going to pick Jane because Brett picked that one, and that'll probably keep me out of the box. So, Jane.
Stay out of the box that looks nothing like PAX box because I don't know anything about this box.
Well, friends,
you don't want to be.
You'll just have to stay tuned next week to find out if Blade did, in fact, spend the night in the box. Jangle, Shane, I need you to plug your shit before we get out of here. So, Shane, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me on Threads, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Shane_Ethos is all my social media stuff. So follow me there. And then on YouTube, we are Ethos Media Network. So you can find the bar exam, you can find shoot style sessions, you can find entreprenegros, and you can find politics as usual.
And that is Ethos, Ethos, correct?
That is correct.
I can spell. Fantastic.
Like a champ.
I still have some brain cells. Jangle, where can we find you, bud?
You can find me by typing in Kurt Jangle into your web browser and clicking send. I should be the only Kurt Jangle that appears. There is a retired, as I remember, there's a retired Olympic wrestler with a similar name. That is not me.
Correct.
Not to be confused.
Not to be confused with this other guy, whoever he might be. Kurt Jangle.
Not that American Zero. We've got the American
Kyle
here.
Bangle. Yeah, Kyle Bangle.
Yeah, Kyle Bangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll find me on Threads, Blue Sky, the usual places. I got a Twitch channel, which I haven't done a whole lot with, but I'll be starting to do happy hours with Kurt Jangle. It's me playing a chill game and hanging out, talking to people in chat. And then the pregame with Kurt Jangle, that's going to be a weekly wrap-up show about just wrestling, nerd culture, video games, comics, all that kind of fun stuff. Music, obviously. And then the secrets projects, podcast projects with a certain man in the box, if he ever gets released.
Well, folks, you're just going to have to tune in next week to find out where Blade spent the night. Because him and I are about to take off so we can have a little chat. My friends.
I don't want to go in the box. I don't.
You stop it.
Please
Stop
don't put
it.
me in the box.
Stop.
Please. I don't want to go in the box.
Show your mouth. Show your mouth. Show your mouth. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.